The Trinka Podcast, academic writing done right. Hi, my name is Dr. KK, and I welcome you to yet another episode of the Trinka Podcast, where we discuss language technology, AI in the field of academic publishing, interviews with experts, and tips on the use of English language. In this episode, I'm very excited to welcome you all to a conversation that I had with Dr. Anupama Kapadia, the Assistant General Manager of Enago, the editor-in-chief of Enago Academy, and the business head for the publication support services that we offer under the Enago brand. So let's listen in. So Anupama, I'm going to pivot to another aspect that I've been meaning to talk to you about. So COVID, it's been 3 years, and things have changed both in our lives because we are more frequently working from home, as well as things have changed in the researcher realms as well. So let's talk first about the researcher, the impact of, let's say, the pandemic in a researcher's life, especially from a life sciences and medicine point of view. What have you heard? What do you think is a concern, or what are the developments in this?
Okay. See, from a researcher point of view, it has been an entire, it's been a journey for most researchers, for sure. Lots of learnings, because a lot of them have not experienced a pandemic in their lifetime. The first year, I think everyone was sort of coping with, challenges, losses, personal, otherwise. So primarily, I think everyone just took a step back, evaluated what was important, what was not, and sort of cleared the clutter. I think it took maybe around 3 to 6 months to achieve some sort of normalcy, in the sense that it would continue to remain abnormal, right, for a few months, if not more. And also the first year did not see a lot of development or progress in vaccines. That sort of took some time too. I think once the news, that got out, that basically once the virus overall was decoded, is when people started, I think, assuming some control over their personal and professional lives. Almost all of them had to adapt to working from home and working from an environment that they're not used to. So families had to adjust, not just the people working, not just the individuals, but it took, I think, I'm sure you must have heard the phrase, like, it takes a village, right, to raise children. I think in that sense, definitely professionals with children, they had to rely a lot on their village and take care of that village, right? So that happened. Specifically with researchers, because yes, first-hand knowledge I have, because we conducted a lot of surveys, we also did a lot of calls, right? We spoke with a lot of researchers. Primarily, I think the challenge for them was mainly the lab work that they could not do, access to materials, sources in labs, again, because there were issues in transportation, procurement, etc. So that was, I think, the primary challenge. But that led to another advantage, which again, many of them, I think, earlier they did not find time to sort of document whatever they've done in terms of research. But the latter half of the first year actually saw a tremendous increase in documentation and drafting of manuscripts, research manuscripts for the research that they conduct. So we actually saw a lot of documents coming in, for editing, proofreading, publication support, etc. Journals, of course, they saw an upsurge in submissions, because primarily researchers could not do lab work, right, specifically in life sciences field, and they resorted to doing this. Second year, of course, was different, because second year we saw vaccines coming. I'd not talk about disparity, but definitely developed countries got access to vaccines earlier than others. That again fostered different sets of challenges, for sure. I think overall supplies, etc., were still limited. Research supplies, etc., were still limited. Hospitals, again, had challenges overall. So I think medical professionals who wanted to do active research, that kind of took a setback in the second year too. So yeah, I mean, these were some of the primary challenges and some things that researchers had to navigate and sort of get around. Third year, I think, was relatively better from the point of view of getting back to normalcy in terms of hybrid work cultures, flexibility in terms of doing some things from home and some things from your place of work. It was more that, but yeah, currently we're in our fourth quarter. So I just take 1 second to also talk about the COVID-related research that also used to come in, right, in the last 3 to 4 years. Right. Because there was a dearth of reviewing, there was a dearth of space in journals also, right? There was limited space in journals. And the speed at which even the journals could publish things online, right, if they had limited print space, all that was limited. So we actually also saw a lot of false research and misleading research, right, that kind of slowed down the process also. So yeah, that also was related to life science and medicine overall. But yeah, I think we're past that, and now at least the information that the layman, the public laymen actually know about COVID research is a lot better and a lot more accurate than what it was before.
Right. So thanks for the detailed answer. A couple of sort of quick connecting points. I mean, I believe that, let's say, for example, Enago Academy Open is after COVID, right? So maybe some of the reason is because, people were all trying to find, let's say, platforms and communities which are not physically sort of, you don't have to be physically. So online communities. And I think that is something related to this Enago, that's what we are trying to build. And now I want to pivot to another aspect which you brought up, actually, the work from home situation. But before that, I would like to, I'd like to talk about how you are such an inspiration for a lot of women and mothers, because you have such huge responsibilities, but you still have a very young daughter who's very demanding in terms of time and attention. So how do you manage all of that?
Okay. So I think, again, it's not just me. I think I've had the support of my family ever since. I mean, pre-wedding, post-wedding, after I had a family, etc. It's just been great throughout. I am proud to say that I have not, let anything take a backseat overall. Of course, at an earlier stage of my career, definitely I focused a lot more professionally. But now, I think, as everyone realizes, balancing is what is needed, because we haven't touched upon an important point, that is mental health. Right. It was tough for researchers. It has been tough for us as professionals. So overall, I think that has been my go-to, the balancing act. My daughter, she's 4 years old, so she's not a COVID baby, she's a COVID toddler. So yeah, she actually turned 1 in the month that COVID started. So that was March 2020. I mean, she started walking then, she started talking then. I mean, it was just difficult to watch her do all of this in the confined space that is our home, and to not let her interact with others when that is the age she should actually be interacting with kids her age, and interacting with some adults maybe. So that was definitely a no-no. So but overall, I think, although yes, definitely she's she's a very active toddler in the sense. But she has adapted really well, I must say. I mean, it's a joy to actually watch her grow, right? That is something I definitely, not regret at all. I think that is, I would have missed that if not for COVID, to be honest. And hence it just made the challenges sweeter, because at the end of the day, I could also reminisce. I saw her talking. I mean, I heard her first word that she had heard, or the first solid that she ate, or whatever. So, I mean, these are some of the milestones that a parent cherishes, right? So the same goes for my husband. So it's not just a mother. I mean, in fact, mothers get more privileges, right, when a child is born. But it was an added advantage to both of us when we had her, and then when she progressed, obviously, to toddlerhood. To her credit, she's really, adapted really, really well for her age. And I mean, the credit goes to everyone that has supported me in this, including Crimson. Right? As an organization, it has also taken our best interest in mind and offered flexibility, etc. So especially to mothers like myself. So,
Right. And again, you mentioned disparity. You're passionate about diversity, equity, and inclusion. We work on some of the projects, and you are. Let me just say this properly. So, Enago probably has a much higher than the industry standard of women leaders and women occupying really high spaces, and you are a shining example of that. And that is such an empowering thing to even discuss, as in to have it to begin with, but to talk about it. So you mentioned disparity in the last point that you talked about. So from a woman researcher point of view, maybe you can even talk about a mother point of view. What are the things that you have as advice? Maybe a brief sort of an advice for them to, take inspiration from people like you and move further along in their careers.
So I think, so I will just take my personal experience and then try to translate it.
Yeah.
Of course, I've also interacted with a lot of women researchers, scientists, and professionals that are
Right.
not researchers but also work in the scholarly industry.
Yes.
More or less, we all seem to echo the same point of view. Is it should work for you, okay, as an individual. I mean, you don't really necessarily need to follow somebody else's template, right? An X person may be more ambitious compared to you in the professional sense, and a Y person may choose to prioritize their personal, aspects.
Right.
I guess it all depends on the space that you are in, right? If suppose you are ambitious, if you don't have the environment that supports it, right? I think the person who will be affected the most is going to be you, and it's not going to be positive for sure.
Right.
And it may take you longer to realize it, right? So it has to work for you. Whatever you decide, whatever you choose, it has to work for you. You can consult people, you can take different people's opinions, but at the end, it has to work for you. So I think that is. I'd like to keep it short. I don't really want to, advise, because what works for me will not work for, will not necessarily work for a lot of people.
Right.
I do connect with people who have been in a similar space, right? We do like to talk about similarities, but I've also connected with people who are in a dissimilar space, yet very content, very happy in the sphere that they are in, right? So these could be moms who are still working, but they're working as a businesswoman, or if they're working on a freelance point, from a freelance point of view, where they can control their hours, etc. There are people who've chosen not to have children until a certain age because they want to focus until that point and then, transition overall.
Right.
So yeah, I mean, that's just it. It has to work for you. If you are in an unfortunate situation where the environment is not fostering or it does not support your aims, ambitions, etc., I think you'll probably have to find ways to make that happen. You'll have to find your own village.
Right.
Just to bring back the phrase what we just discussed. I think if you have to do it by yourself, it just has to work for you. Don't really fall into a loop where you have mental health struggles, or you struggle to just wake up every day because you're under that much stress and pressure. So take it easy, just make it work for you, and balance. Balance is important.
Such a lot of powerful messaging, as in, I think, I've been thinking while you were saying all of this that you should be a career coach, and I also want to suggest.
Right. Okay.
I want to suggest this idea, as in for Enago Academy Open, why don't we have career coaching sort of modules? If suppose there are people who can do it, maybe we can offer the open platform for researchers or senior researchers who have that mentality to groom, and maybe we can have some coaching stuff happen. So so maybe we can work on it. Lots of ideas.
So that seems to be stemming. I mean, a lot of ideas seem to be stemming from this discussion. I'm glad, but
that is the whole point of such a podcast conversation. Okay, now I'm going to switch to some quick personal side so that people or listeners and viewers can know you a little better. So you mentioned reading. I know that you watch a lot of stuff. You listen to a lot of podcasts. So any recommendations, reading, watching, listening that you have?
Okay. So as a personal, again, as someone who has varied interests, I tried not to stick to the same genre, right? So so when I watch something, it is totally unrelated to my profession, right? So for example, I love watching crime dramas, police procedurals, thrillers, etc. Totally unrelated to my profession. again, from a reading point of view, my general interest has been crime. Yeah,
Right.
So basically crime and thrillers, I guess.
Right.
Suspense novels, etc. So right now, obviously, I don't do a lot of reading because I don't have that free time. I choose to spend my free time elsewhere, primarily with my daughter.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, when I had the flexibility, I definitely chose reading novels from these genres. Listening to podcasts is something that I have recently discovered is something that I can do because it allows me to do other things. I love multitasking. So it allows me to do other things while listening to something.
Right.
So I always used to listen to music. I just switch over to podcasts if if that is something I want to do. So I actually listen to a lot of webinars also on audio.
Right.
I also listen to some audiobooks because I cannot read as much as I could before. So yeah, I mean, but yeah, like I try not to do everything from the same bucket because for me that becomes boring. I generally like to have several balls in the air and catch some. So yeah.
Very cool way to look at it. It's powerful advice. Again, I mean, that's what I'm saying. You should be coaching people on how to live lives, I suppose. Right. And I was about to get to the audiobooks part because even I've been a reader, but I'm trying to increase my sort of variety and the volume that I read because I want to eventually be a writer. That's one of my goals.
So actually, earlier when I used to read a lot more because also I used to love the process of visiting a library, honestly.
Yes,
I don't know, I mean, there's something about also looking at all the books and choosing one of them to read, etc. I think physical libraries, brick and mortar libraries are sort of on the downhill right now. So a lot of ebooks are available. That makes it a lot more accessible. So whenever possible, I try to download an ebook and read that. So
Yes. So I'm going to again put you on the spot. Can you give the listeners and viewers one recommendation? Anything, crime, series, let's say Netflix or a book, anything that you would like a reader to explore if they haven't already.
Okay. So, I mean, put me on the spot, huh?
Yes.
Can I come back to this? Because I can't really recollect what I would like to recommend to the readers and I don't want to recommend the wrong thing.
So let me paraphrase this. Is there something that you're watching right now or you're just finished watching or reading that you would like to recommend?
No, actually. So basically, recently, I mean, I don't know, to all the listeners out there, it's vacation time right now, school-wise. So most of my reading and watching has been to the interest again of what my daughter can watch and read with me. Or with us rather. So that, and I don't watch crime. She's around, so not right now anyway. So yeah, I don't have something that but I think I can get back to the audience.
Okay, fine. So when Anupama gets back to us, we will share it in whichever way that we can share. Now, quickly, do you have hobbies, and would you like to talk about anything would be fine.
Well, my current hobbies, I think we've all already discussed. So generally, it is actually watching content and reading when I can, etc. So cooking is also something that I enjoy to sort of unload, but it has to be something that I like to cook.
Okay, so what's your favorite dish? Well, what are you known for from a dish point of view?
Right. So I think something that comes. So I like effortless cooking. Let me put that also in the soundbite. So overall, effortlessly, I can make pasta really well. Right. I can make different types of pasta. So that's probably something that I'm known for, and quickly can gather things and do it. I can also try other cuisines, but they generally take more effort. But overall, I'm a decent cook / chef. So yeah, but that's one of my hobbies that I turn to sometimes in the weekends, just to have a different line of thoughts there. Exactly. So
last personal question. One vacation, you could go for one vacation. What would it be? Explain a little.
Vacation.
Yeah.
Right.
A holiday, whatever.
A lot of vacations. I hope to plan some. I think until my daughter says I want to go with my friends, etc. So then we are actually planning a few vacations. But I think wish list would include. So I like nature. Like again. So my husband and I, we both like nature more than anything else. So we'd like to explore some areas of Canada, New Zealand, Australia, etc. That is more towards the nature, and then also the United States, I think the West Coast, something like that. So yeah, generally days. In India, I have not again been to a lot of spaces. Lot of places, but I would like to explore the north more than anything. So I'm not into Jammu Kashmir, Ladakh. So that is something that I'd like to do too. I am from Kerala. So like
I am too.
Yes.
Yes,
So,
yes.
but like any Keralite, I haven't been touristing in Kerala. So I generally go there and do my family thing, family visits, etc. But I would love to explore Kerala as a tourist too. So yeah, these are some of the things I like to do. Yeah.
All right. Thanks for all the lovely detail. I'm sure that people who are watching or listening want to know more about you.
I hope
And
so
if
too.
they want to, how can they do it? And you can promote your social media, your LinkedIn, whatever it is, whatever you would like to promote.
So I am available on LinkedIn as Anupama Kapadia. So then anybody and everybody can drop me a DM there. I also have Instagram accounts, and if you just search me there, you'll find me, and you'll also get a glimpse of some of my personal space. Other than that, I think if you want to just connect with me, you can find a way. You have my email address, etc. So I don't mind sharing that with the audience. So
Right.
yeah.
Right. I mean, we generally do not share email addresses, but whatever. Let's say they can find you on LinkedIn or
They
let's say
can.
Instagram, and then maybe they can ask. As in, I'm
Yes.
sure that there will be some people who would want to know that.
Definitely.
So thank you, Anupama, for taking a lot of time. Probably what it looks like more than an
Yes, I
hour.
was not expecting this, but
Yes.
it's been a good chat. So thank
Yeah,
you for
yeah.
this.
Yeah, so taking time out from your busy schedules, I'm sure that you're late for meetings, and opening up for our listeners and audience, and I hope you had as much fun as I had
I did.
in recordings. So I think I'm going to ask you for future episodes as well. So please keep that in mind.
Sure.
And so thank you again. Bye for now. If you're listening to us on Spotify or any other major podcasting platform, please rate us 5 stars if you like our content, because that will help the algorithm push such podcasts and such episodes up so that other listeners who want to know more about, let's say, generative AI or language technology or academic publishing will also get such episodes show up when they are searching for content. If you're watching us on YouTube, subscribe to our channel, hit the bell notification icon, and also if you like some of the episodes that we have published so far, share it with your friends, peers and colleagues. We are very passionate about sharing knowledge that we have, and that's why this podcast exists. If you are on social media, we are also on social media. Just search for Trinka AI on any major social media platform. For example, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, as well as Instagram. And also we are on Weibo and WeChat for our Chinese audience. Just search for Trinka AI, follow us, leave us a note, ask your questions, send in your suggestions. We recently had somebody ask the etymology of Trinka, the name. Which is, the Trinka AI app is named after Trinka Dicunia, one of the founders or the brains behind the app, and somebody asked about the etymology of the name and the origins and the context in which it was used as a name for her. So it was fun researching on this and answering, and Trinka herself had fun. So let us know whatever questions that you might have. If you like writing by email, the email address is podcast@trinka.ai, and I promise to go through all the emails that you send and respond to them as fast as I can. On behalf of the wonderful team that supports me in creating this content and publishing it and getting it across to you, this is Dr. KK signing off for the Trinka podcast, academic writing done right. I'll see you in the next one.